always need
Welcome
patching.
home, Sid.
What became of Kupka? Why haven't we heard anything?
Clive? Things here ain't too bad. Nah. So, what'll it be? And?
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Eat up, little ones.
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else... Here you go. Martel apples, they're called. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Sid, I know that when we came to the hideaway, we chose to let go of our past in order that we might focus on our future.
We did?
Nonetheless, I was wondering if... Well, I know you are from Rosaria, and I'm in need of someone with intimate knowledge of those lands. Apparently, the duchy is home to all manner of curative herbs found nowhere else in the realm. Among them is a flower called a morganbeard that increases the potency of lesser medicines.
I can't say that I've had much practice healing. My youth was spent in the Bailey.
A shame. You see, the hideaway relies heavily upon medicines procured from afar. And when those shipments are late, well, it's our sick who suffer. If we could find this flower and learn to grow it here, we might save many lives. However, as you are well aware, imperial occupation has rendered the roads unsafe for those like me, untrained in the military arts. Now, I'm not asking the busiest man in the hideaway to drop everything and make the journey for me, but if you happen to be in the duchy on other business...
Tell me of these morganbeards, then.
But of course, if my old tomes are to be believed, the flowers are bright yellow and as large as goblins' eyes. Oh, and they grow in the marshes of Sorrowise. If I am to propagate them here in the backyard, I will require several samples, preferably of blooms which have already gone to seed. And before I forget, I do seem to recall learning in the course of my research that their odor has the tendency to attract unsavory creatures. Nothing you cannot handle, though, I'm sure.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid. Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts. But these beauties are as sweet as you like.
I'll have to pay the boys down in the backyard a visit to tell them thanks.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Good day to you. Sid.
The crystals we get from the are all but worthless.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Time to fight. Safe. Get him! All yours, Torgal. Faster! Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Is something there, boy? that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood. Come on.
Safe.
Go for it!
Get me.
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack. She's been worried about you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slavers' carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision. Now where's the carriage?
The goblins may still be out there.
You have duties to attend to here. See to the injured. I'll handle the rest.
All right. Just follow the path to the south. You'll come across the carriage soon enough. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers, the poor souls will be eaten alive.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you. And Sid, it's good to see you.
Don't thank me just yet. They're trying to get into the carriage. Get them! Over here! This one! Google! Kill! Come on! This one. All yours, Torgo. Over here. This one. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. Go, Torgo. Too slow. Get him! Get him! Who are you? A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety, the life you've been denied. Come with us. Let us protect you.
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then. Thank the gods.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you. Your lives are your own now.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let Doris know we're expecting new arrivals.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
It'll take ages to tidy all this stuff up.
All right, Sid.
Ready, go?
You deserve a rest. From the ruins it came, and to ruin it returns.
Run like the wind. Marshes near the Abbey are certainly damp. Let's see if they're damp enough for more beards.
Get him! Kill! This
Bright yellow. These are our Morgan beards, all right. Well, I've gone to this much trouble. Might as well gather as many as I can. There's something familiar about this scent. It reminds me of home. Hopefully this will be enough. I've had my fill of goblins. Was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Get him!
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
Even forged a butter knife before. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that, or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before.
And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lupor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? There's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be enjoying fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have it.
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know what makes a...
You a blacksmith or...
something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through. Give me a blade which can...
So a knife that stays sharp.
Oh, where did all the...
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question.
Has to be able to put up with your knife snap.
Thank you.
All business.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Good day, my lord. Here you are. Go with Gilbert.
No, I'm telling you.
Good girl. By the flames. That explains the heat. Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentice is no better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
My carpets have...
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed to a silken softness.
Oh, where did all the men have gone?
Plates and pots! There he is. The man who saved my... I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
What became of Kupka? Why haven't we heard anything?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. You'll not find a better price than that.
Them old apple.
Sid, welcome back. If I'd just waited a little longer, or maybe I wouldn't. I keep...
Cole and the others got home safely.
No, I was lucky. What kind of leader? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play.
You will.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say that...
You'll do fine. Talia, trust...
Thank you. I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. One ill-conceived incision, and even success means tremendous. I became a physical...
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is they toil in the shadows. And yet we never won for volunteers.
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on.
You sound... It's natural for a patient to feel like they're... Thank you for that.
Clive, you're back.
I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stolus from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movements since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Them old apples were enough.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Eat up, little ones.
The Cursebreakers send their thanks.
Halo sis, selamat siang. Gue pakai speaker stick.
After all these years, I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree.
Ya, masih ngerjain side quest dulu nih. Tadi udah selesai ketemu Griffin akhirnya. Ada 2 tuh, Griffin sama monster apa gitu yang notorious tuh. Udah 2. Paling habis ini nih, lanjut.
You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Sambil naikin level lah.
They like your fruit, Martel? Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Kayak mana itu Flan itu monsternya?
It's rare that we see you so often in the backyard, Sid. What brings you to the gardens?
I found your flowers.
Yes, wonderful. These are almost identical to the plates in my home. Did you have any trouble locating them?
Finding them was the easy part. But it's odd. I don't remember these flowers specifically, but if the petals are meant to improve the effectiveness of medicine, possible to call physical treatments. The Ducal healers were convinced of their properties. That is all the more reason to begin growing our own supply here. Allow me to use some of the flowers you brought to make something that might aid you on your travels. I need only a moment to extract the essence from the petals.
Ya papi, habis. Buat nanti. Kakak mah nggak boleh papi begitu. Mami bobo, sama adik bobo. Kakak mau main Nintendo. Tapi itu ada di dalam. Sini dulu. Enggak, bukan. Yang kuning, yang gede. Awas jatuh. Ya. Kamu main apa? Apa? Pulau. Pakai stick ini aja ya, stick papi ya. Males nyopotnya, udah nggak apa-apa. Yang pulau kan? Iya. Pakai punya kakak ya? Iya. Udah main di sofa. Sini. Awas jatuh, awas. Wih, mantap. Consumable potensi enhance.
Tapi tadi buat YouTube.
Enggak.
Tadi ada YouTube-nya.
Masa sih? Tadi ada YouTube papi. Oh, kakak nonton. Oke, dapat potion potensi. You have obtained a vial of Morgan Blood extract, hereby increasing the potency of Morgan. Oke. Nah, mantap ya, kita dapat apa? Potionnya nambah banyak ngisi darahnya ya. Side questnya yang di markas nih ya, yang si garden ini di belakang. Anyway, gue main ini nggak pakai guide ya guys ya, jadi gue sengaja blind guide aja gitu, mengalir aja gitu ya, nggak pakai guide lah ya. Jadi kalau mau komplesionis sih ya gue saranin dari awal, cuman gue malas nanti kalau pakai guide gitu rentan spoiler juga ya kan. Jadi berjalan aja padanya, nanti gampang lah. Kalau biasanya kalau game kayak gini tuh saat questnya bisa dikelarin nanti juga bisa gitu kan. Tapi saran gue umpamanya selesai satu chapter ya kalian selingin lah dengan ngerjain beberapa side quest gitu. Nah kayak tadi nih, apa tadi Flan ya, kita cek dulu coba ya. Gue baru ngerjain 2 atau 3 Notorious deh kalau nggak salah. Oh udah 3 ya. Nah tadi ini nih Flan mana sih? Flan The Angel of Belphegor, Grimalkin. Wih, jauh. Oh, nanti dah. Kita lanjut dulu story-nya.
Very sad. But whatever plans Cook was hatching with the royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the faith.
Tanggal 29. 29.
Never seen such creatures on storm before. The Waluders must have ferried them over from Ash. Why? Why work to rescue Kuka only to invade his home, the Mother Crystal and the Allied Nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind man and the Atlantis? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details.
One must instead see the bigger picture.
And what bigger picture is that than my map?
The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas.
Wah, kayaknya next lawan Barnabas nih.
The battle of Twin Realms in 1865. The battle of Belinus fought in 1872. Wherefore Wellington's arms fought. Odin was found fighting his fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Thorn sends not a single ship to support his Dalmatian allies. Meanwhile, the blight ravages great swathes of ash.
Iya, sisa 2. Tapi kayaknya yang lawan si Odin. Bahamut nggak tahu nih.
why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang? Only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Wululu.
Oh, sisa 2 Mother Crystal lagi.
The lack of men. Dance armies rival only in the twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Wululu standard. Odin will ride again.
It is but a question of
Oke.
And on that day,
who will be trampled under.
Jangan spoil raja terakhir ya.
In summary, I know not what the warriors betrayed Cook. I know only that it is
Oke.
a scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
Gue sih emang udah expect bakal lawan semua summon sih.
But there is no need to worry.
Cuman kalau nantinya ada tiba-tiba summon lain, nah itu tuh.
Identified citizens. And your lord uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the royalists' movements.
He's really determined to this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his response. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo
Kuka
is
is
dead.
dead.
The
The
wounds he
wounds he
left
left
that
that
night
night
are
are still raw,
especially
especially
for those who lived to
sit the longest.
Tell them
Tell them
that considering the price
they've
I've never known you to be sentimental.
what can
What can I say?
I am
only
human.
I suppose we are.
Wow. Persiapan ya ini. Ke siapa dulu nih? Si Keron dulu deh.
Tadi kakak lihat itu ada YouTube tapi yang tadi.
Ini Papa lagi YouTube tapi nggak pakai kamera. Kadang gue males nyeting kameranya tuh. Ntar aja kalau udah terakhir nih mau tamat baru kan. Iya nanti kakak. Kakak mah gamenya Kirby, Mario baru. Mario ada, beli dulu. Oke guys, sekarang kelar si Blackthorn. Apakah ada senjata baru? Oke, kakak Ica, hati-hati jalan. Nanti malam lanjut lagi ya. Gue juga bentar lagi nih kayaknya. Siap. Pastilah manfaatkan libur panjang ini.
To shed light, actually. Hugo
Look, he's crying.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing.
Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him. With my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond...
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Thanks to Sid.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt
I found him. And he asked me to give you this.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded...
Said that a good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Here, Clive.
Camille, I believe.
I thought there ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept... Turns out that our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that. Still, I'm glad you found him.
That was the idea, Clive's idea. Anyway, he did most.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go... There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer-ups. And don't get me started on how much... I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cut. Right, now that's sorted. I've got... Thanks, Clive.
What do you need? To a bloody riddance. One included. What do you want? That it? Fine. Back, are ya? Not saying Fordian, do you? Should last you a good while. Not bad, if I do say so myself.
You can thank me later.
And?
Telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. You go cook that, listen.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts? Come again. I may have more for you.
You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands.
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have...
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to...
Ah, but you ain't told. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peace, not least of all Sid. Well, when you do, be sure. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old...
Very well.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Come up with something soon.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for... I've got to get this thermal displacement stack... Display...
And this is...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, and those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together, which is where this... I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything...
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts making. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in...
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though, and I'll need help. Get Gavinotto in here, will you?
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break, which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to... Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock.
Well, we'll get it done. One of us should probably give you an handcoat in the set.
And the other can go and get the rest from...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. We can get this out. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going...
Gav.
All right, then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Valcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Valcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting them fleece ya.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
In your own time.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Now, there'll be no one to know. Gone, just like that. And without so much as a by your leave.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
All right. Then that's where I'll start.
Oh, where's all those?
Plates and pots!
telling you, it's... on.
Just look at the detail.
The juiciest meat from Greens.
Yes, they're quite sweet.
Let's go. Run like the wind. Be safe. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... Oh, you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Ready, go?
Faster!
back to the stables, Carl. Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of the stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
You win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Well, says the man who spends most of his time behind...
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right.
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir.
Oh, where did all the men go?
Plates and pots!
No, I'm telling you, it's gone.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs. Come on. Straight home now.
Another crystal.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I? Certainly not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the Fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the Mother Crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Focus on the job at hand. Think about what you can do right now.
What use is proofing loaves when... Wait. Perhaps the solution has been in the bakery all along. You've opened my eyes. Thank you, friend, and fare thee well.
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
Master Lubo says Drake's fang has fallen. Does that mean the furnace is going to stop work?
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very...
It's a fine-looking blade.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first.
But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's heavy. Heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but it looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you...
And I was so certain.
I don't know who you found. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it... I would...
And who would be able to pay that? Hmm? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamilla's home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava. Know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. What would you?
I'd do what I always. If it was for the butcher, for the hunter, I'd make it as... For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman...
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the forge. The spirit of Dalamil had meaning. I had...
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Master Lubor says Drake's fangs for them.
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the...
Ah, there you are. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master?
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steeple peaks, her true, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? And look, inside. Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory.
Well, if it tastes half as unique... not only is my apprentice back, but I don't know how you did it. But you have my thanks. Now, do
It
something.
would make a fun.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often, or beat sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plate. It'll take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be get...
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's under...
Suppose we'd better be getting back to...
Give us a shout if you need anything.
We're seeing troops amassing at every port.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent.
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing...
salvage from the ruins.
Ah, but we don't...
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken in... What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess, in other words, the reactor would overheat. This is where the helm comes in.
It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly.
You can stop that. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Park. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Good day to you.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
The crystals we get from the tailor will...
What can I interest you in today? Ah, yes. I hope it's to your liking.
Hello, Sid.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a...
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sight rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves. Understandable, in that given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for...
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to the...
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
The crystals we get.
It's all but spent.
You alright, Sid? Something...
There is actually. Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the...
Oh, that... I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but...
All right. Thanks.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding. And some bearers.
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and...
All right. Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's pub. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me. And I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Seems Its pass is our best bet, then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
Fly, Ambrosia.
You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they...
Black Shields.
What are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. What matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Stay down!
All yours!
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin. Come on. You deserve a rest.
This one. Go for it.
Oh,
There you are, Sid. The, ruins are just over there, as...
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the table.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's.
Black shields, though they serve another master now. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this, and bite back—
I'm sorry. You're going to need to— Who did the black shields serve now?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built—
I don't understand. Why him?
I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, and fighted I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had and throughout it was the Lord Chief Justice.
So what?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think a means of ridding himself of his rivals. A mask to hide the rot beneath his response, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones. The fate. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul but the man with money and power, and so I saw that I came here to Lostwing and began.
And everyone here knows.
Of course. They've seen faultless. Our wounds are the same. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his gut. What we didn't.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we... My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
I'm not going to change his mind.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm.
Excellent.
And just...
Right.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, which is why you need a prism for the drag. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny. I need something light. But I've wrapped my brains and
Well, if I were in need of I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Right away. Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? What are these?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that...
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the...
Perhaps. It is not a different material she requires, but...
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home.
Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of... I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub.
So if we could recreate...
It might be applied to some material or other. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they... If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary... The knowledge of...
Thank you, Hob. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help.
The other can assist me in research.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove